Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. I have some exciting news today as we are doing a Ford Bronco update. I almost forgot what I was doing there in the video. Today I'm giving you a video update on my Ford Bronco. I haven't posted anything since I believe February, something like that. So I have some exciting news, and as you can tell by the title, something cool on the Bronco is going to be coming in the near future. Probably not the near future, but in the future. So let me get right into it. So the last video I posted was in February of this year of me building and releasing the Bronco on my channel. I built everything out. It was really cool in the configurator. I really loved how that looked. And then a few weeks later, after that, I went to the dealership to kind of figure everything out. When I was there, we got everything laid out. I asked for the Raptor version because I knew I had seen some spy shots, stuff like that. I wasn't sure if it was completely out yet. They said that they could not order it because it wasn't officially released, and they couldn't put money against something that didn't exist. I completely understood that, so we went from there. I have the build sheet for what we did in the dealership there, and with all the options that I chose, which was essentially everything. There was maybe like 2 items that I didn't click. So the total came out to be base MSRP for a 4-door Wildtrak. And side note, the Wildtrak, obviously, as I've mentioned, is not the one I wanted. I want the Raptor one, but this was a placeholder to ensure future placement for the Raptor version when it does come out, which I'll talk to you about in a second. MSRP at the time, I know this has changed since, I believe, was $49,500. Now, after I did all my options, everything, it came out to be $60,500 even, which is pretty nice. However, I know that this price, I believe, has changed a little bit since February when this was made. Excuse me, this was actually January 27th. I just looked at the things. Yeah, end of January, beginning of February, price has changed since then. But while I was there, I received 3 pages of options and accessories, and there's some pretty cool stuff on here, over 400 if I'm correct. It's in very teeny tiny font, like 5-point font, so I had to use a little magnifier to read everything. But I'll just go over some of them. Some of them are on the Ford website in the configurator, but obviously they can't put everything in there because that would be way too much complication going on there. We've got off-road light bars, kits like that, but stuff that I think is really cool is you can upgrade the drive shafts, which is really cool. You can get new drive shafts, you can get a bunch of different gearing and transmissions set up. So you can get Dana 44s, you can get a 513, a 470, ring gear and pinion. You can get a bunch of this stuff. There's about 10 items just like that alone. So really cool. Obviously those are a little bit more expensive. Some of them aren't. The full assemblies are in the 2000s from what it is here, but it's pretty cool. I didn't select everything on that because I'm not super big off-road in knowledge, so I'm just going to leave that be and trust that Ford's going to do it fairly well from the factory because I'm not going to be taking it rock crawling. And then we've got some other stuff, some armor, and then some cool accessories. Well, I added everything up, and I have probably about another 30 or 40 accessories on there because I wanted my Bronco to be the coolest one out there, from factory at least. You know, I wanted to drive down the road, people like, oh my goodness, what is that thing? That thing looks awesome. I like to be one-off unique. That's how I roll. So after all of these add-ons, it came out to be about $77,000. So I added an additional about $17,000 on top of the MSRP and on top of the base price. It's like about $27,000 in options. A serious chunk of change. That's generally something that you see in a Porsche or Mercedes or something like that. Now, what happened to it? Where is it? Why don't I have it right now? Like I said, I wanted the Raptor version from the beginning, so this was merely a placeholder. Well, as orders started, or the Ford started pushing to get orders in, I selected certain options that were only available on 2022 models, so that it could be pushed back. However, the way things were rolling out, they were pushing me to get the 21s as soon as possible, and my conveyance of wanting the Raptor didn't quite go across as well as I wanted to, so I canceled my order. And that was about early June, late May. And that's where I stand now. I do not currently have a reservation for one because there's no reservation for the Raptor when it comes out. Now, speaking of the Raptor, a few weeks ago, CEO of Ford released on his Twitter a video of the new Raptor, or a teaser of it at least, which is really exciting. It looks pretty cool. I think Motor Trend did a rendering of it. Car and Driver, one of those guys did a rendering. It looks fairly accurate. I love the triple lights in the front because it's going to be oversized, a little bit larger. And I'll see if I can throw in the trailer here. Obviously, the final product's going to look a little different. I've seen a bunch of spy shots. It's very wide and it's very tall from what it looks like. It looks to be almost as tall as an F-250 on one of the spy shots, but I think that was part of the camouflage working there. But overall, I'm really excited. Now, what do I know about the Raptor so far? Well, it's coming out late 22 as a 23 model. Most likely with everything, the delay-wise, it's probably going to come out in 23. But we'll see. Hopefully things get back on track. It's going to come stock with 35s, optional 37. It's going to be very similar to the new 3rd gen Raptor in its base offerings and setup. So Fox live valve shocks. Obviously stock 35s, optional 37. They're probably going to do a 37 package, which will be pretty cool. Hopefully they offer code orange or something like that, or special edition color. I would love to see that on the Raptor. Bronco. I'm going to call it the Raptor. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I can get a license plate that says that. And then power-wise, hopefully, fingers crossed. We obviously know there's not going to be a V8, but fingers crossed they throw in the 3.5 high output EcoBoost from the current Raptor. That would be absolutely insane. 450 horsepower, 510 foot-pounds of torque, which would be more than the Jeep Wrangler 392 at 370. Obviously, doesn't have the sound of a V8, but you get what you get, and the fact of the matter is you have 450 horsepower and it will do 0 to 60 probably pretty quickly. Now, will I keep it stock? Absolutely not. First thing we're gonna do is straight take it to a tuning shop. I'm not sure who yet, but I want at least 600 ponies out of it, maybe more, because, you know, just gotta make it all out insane. We're gonna put some new wheels, unless Bronco Raptor has some pretty cool wheels. But we're going to throw in some aftermarket wheels, and yes, I will roll with the 737 package, stuff like that. Every option possible as far as that goes. So it's going to be a really cool setup. As far as pricing goes, it's going to be the most expensive Bronco out there, probably around $65,000. And with my plentiful choice of options, are probably going to be knocking the door of $80,000 at least. I would like to keep it under $85,000, but knowing me, it's probably not going to happen. Now, as far as delivery and time goes, hopefully I can get an early one, but I want to make sure that everything Bronco-wise comes out smoothly. With all the delays and hardtop issues and stuff like that, I want to make sure that quality is top-notch. I don't want to get it and have some issue and have a recall or something like that. I want to make sure that Ford has everything, you know, all their bases are covered, and it's a smooth operation. I understand with the supply chain and labor and everything going on, it's very different times now, and I'm not blaming them for that. I would have expected them to have a little bit better handle on it, since they are an enormous company compared to some of the other smaller automotive companies, but you can't always get what you want. So therefore, I'm just kind of waiting for an official release, stuff like that. And I'm excited. It's pretty big. Our dealership has a black diamond, I believe, soft top, obviously, and it looks pretty cool. I tried getting in, and the grab handle position is not ideal. I wish they put it on the A-pillar. Instead, it's on the dash, and for me, that's a little bit awkward. I think for most people getting in, because you're looking for vertical pull, where necessarily it's kind of like a horizontal pull. So I had to use the steering wheel to get in, which I don't like doing, because that's how you damage your steering column over time. but that's a very minor thing. I saw a few other touches there, here and there that caused concerns for me, but it was a very early model. It was one that they just got out the door, so fingers crossed I'm not holding them to that specific one. Overall, I'm really excited for it. We're going to keep you guys updated. This is the first major update on the Bronco since February or January or whenever I posted that video a while ago. I'll have it linked up in the top here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know, especially if you have a Bronco, if you're getting a Bronco, how that's going, or if you're getting the new Raptor, the 3rd gen Raptor. I've seen a few of those roll around. I see that they're going for insane prices over MSRP, which is absolutely crazy. So if you plan on getting a 3rd gen Raptor, please just order one. Do not go to a dealer because you're going to be paying over 100 grand, and that is not worth the money. That is not a $100,000 truck. At least not that version of it. The Raptor R probably will be, since it has a supercharged 5.2 liter V8. And that model is deeply under wraps, but I've heard a few things about it. It should have been around 750 horsepower, but they've had issues, so it's probably going to be sitting around 640 or 660 horsepower. But it will certainly take on the TRX in its own mind, and I think it will be a good competitor. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Should I get the Bronco Raptor? What kind of options should I do, even though nothing has been released? And just let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. Smash that like button and definitely hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date for all of this stuff, because generally I can find stuff and figure stuff out, and I'll make sure that I get it out to you as soon as I can. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Take care.